Hello, what I want to show you now is another way that you can do tapping, but a way that you can do it in public places. If everybody in your class or your group is doing the whole tapping thing, that's fine. But if you're the only one doing it, it might look a little bit strange and create a problem for you. The whole idea is we want to make your life better, not worse, so I'm going to show you a way that you can do this in public. You're still going to be using your hand to do the setup, and you're going to use that karate chop point. But instead of tapping on the karate chop point, you're going to just simply hold your own hand. You could do it in your lap, you could do it on the desk or wherever you want. But hold your own hand, and instead of tapping like this, you're going to just gently pulse on that one area that is the karate chop point. So I'm going to get a little bit closer so you can see. So instead of tapping here, you're going to just gently pulse or gently squeeze while you think the setup phrase, okay? So you're going to be saying it in your head. As a matter of fact, you're going to be yelling it in your head. Again, you don't have to believe it, but as if you're up on stage yelling your lines in the play. So the place that you would do the karate chop tap on, instead just gently hold your own hand, and you're going to just be gently pulsing on it. Don't crush your hand. It's not going to hurt at all. But you're going to say the problem 3 times. So we're going to pretend that the problem is something that happens pretty often, where there's somebody around you that just really irritates you. They just kind of get on your nerves. And you don't want to make your life worse by yelling at them or throwing something at them or doing something else that's going to bring a negative consequence to you. So instead, you try and ignore it, but it's just so hard. I'm going to teach you how you can ignore it, go on about your life, and make your life better. So we're going to go ahead and right here where you would do the karate chop point, you're going to just gently be pulsing 3 times. I'm going to say it out loud, but you're just going to be saying it in your head like you're yelling. And what you're going to do is say, even though, and think whoever the person is in your head, makes me crazy, I'm awesome. Even though, and you're thinking the person's name, is making me crazy, I'm awesome. Even though it's making me crazy, I'm awesome. So you would have done that 3 times, but again, it's just completely in your head. Nobody knows you're doing it. You're not moving your lips or anything else. You're just simply doing this. So while you're doing that, maybe your hands are in your lap, and you would just be looking normally, looking at the teacher. Nobody knows that that's what you're working on. Once you do the 3 times, the setup, instead of doing your body and the whole tapping, you're going to only do the points on your hand. But instead of tapping on each finger, you're going to just kind of pretend your fingers on your other hand are tongs like in a salad bar, and you're going to gently pinch the sides of your finger. Again, it's gently, it's not going to hurt, and I'll get a little bit closer so that you can see. But you're going to be gently doing that about 7 times while you're thinking of whatever the problem was. So he's getting on my nerves about 7 times while you're doing slow breathing. Go to your next finger. Again, you're going to be on the side of your finger. You're not actually on the nail. You're right where the fingernail ends. That's why you do the whole end of your finger. And you're thinking to yourself, he's making me crazy, or she's making me crazy. About 7 times, breathing slowly. Next one, making me crazy. And you're thinking again about this person. You don't have to be looking at them, but be thinking of the problem 7 times. Go to the next one, making me crazy. Nobody knows you're thinking it. You have no expressions on your face to show it. The last one, so-and-so is making me crazy. About 7 times while you're doing some slow breathing. And then go back to that karate chop point where you started and just do about 7 times, making me crazy. Once you finish it, stop and assess, take a breath. If it's not helping you at all, do it one more time. So we're going to do this second round if it wasn't helping you at all. And of course, you're going to be saying it in your head. You're not going to say anything out loud. So here we go for the second time. Even though so-and-so's making me crazy, I'm awesome. Even though so-and-so's making me crazy, I'm awesome. Even though so-and-so's making me crazy, I'm awesome. Then to your thumb, that gentle pulsing, about 7 times, making me crazy. You're doing some slow breathing while you do it. Next finger, making me crazy, or whatever the problem happens to be. The next one, making me crazy. Taking some deep breaths. So-and-so makes me crazy. This is completely in your head, not out loud. And the last finger, making me crazy. And then back around to that karate chop point, making me crazy. It's a very gentle, subtle movement that nobody else is going to know you're doing. Your face isn't going to give you away. Your hand, you're not doing all kinds of movements. No one's going to know you're doing it. Whether it's helping or not, be persistent. Keep doing it. But now, instead of focusing on that other person, you're going to just simply continue the pulsing. So now you're paying attention to your math class, or you're paying attention to whatever you're doing at the time, whatever's going on. You're paying attention to that, but still doing the pulsing, moving on to the thumb. You don't have to be thinking about the person. You don't have to be thinking about the problem now. You're just simply pulsing on those places, doing some deep breaths, and it really can help you to calm down. So you're just going to be continuing through it. You're not saying anything out loud. Your facial expression is just kind of blank. You're paying attention to class, and it can really help you. Let me especially suggest this. If you're somebody that has a hard time sitting quietly in class, maybe you have a hard time not tapping your pencil, or you feel like running around the room, you're pretty hyper. I actually am diagnosed with ADHD, and I don't take medication. This helps to calm me, and I've worked with a lot of people, kids and adults, that this has helped them too. Make your life better, practice it, give yourself the opportunity to let go of your problems and have a better life. Thanks.